Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-14-2. It's the Tier 8 Soviet SPG. It's located on the northeast spawn of Arctic region and it's under the command of ProvoBob. Now, a lot of people have been playing this SPG just recently. I suspect they're trying to market or do something special with it because it's getting a lot of attention. Well, he's got the big 203mm howitzer, and well, the first thing he's done the moment he's become active is look to see where the enemy is, and you can see damage being done by the enemy vehicles as they're moving to their firing positions. And it looks to me like one of the Arty just made its way through those fences into the rear, and we'll see those other fences disappear any second because that will give us a clue as to which direction he's headed. But somebody went through those fences. Okay, he's loaded. He's firing behind the rock because he thinks he's there. And I can see some trees go down in the background. So I suspect actually that one of them was right in the very back. There's two Arty on the enemy team, a Batchat 155-55 and a GW Tiger P. And well, it's my suspicion the GW Tiger P was the one knocking down the fences because he's a slow Arty. And the Batchat 155-55 was probably the one in the back knocking down the trees. Okay, this is quite a slow Arty as well because it's based on the T-35 heavy tank, which is a, well, it's a very big tank. And if you want to see what that tank actually looks like in reality, there's a video by Mark Felton on YouTube which actually shows it. And one of them was actually captured by the Germans and used during the defense of Berlin. Okay, Batchat 12 ton. He's sitting on that gully and he fires the round in, and well, it wasn't a direct hit, but it must have been near that Batchat. Oh, EBR going through it. Lots of people will be firing at him, and he looks like he's after our Mario Kart as well. And the two have rammed together and they've almost done this equal damage on each other. And well, funnily enough, the EBR 90 died during that moment, not the EBR 75 FL10. So I suppose it paid not to be aggressive there. T-44 about to take a hit from a 203mm howitzer. Rounds out. Ah, no, he left it just a fraction of a second too late. T-44 gets through, but he's stunned, and so are some of the teammates behind him. So our guys are going to be able to hold them back whilst ProvoBob puts some HE into them. Oh, that was painful. The Udas just went down to a big shot from a Ferdinand. 128mm ground, finishing him off. Okay, we're lining up a shot on the Object 430, but the 257 is nearby. Be nice if he could get a Bombardier out of these two. Well, he hits both of them, does 451 damage to the 257 and a further 299 to the 430U. Now, off to the south, we've got some enemy tanks trying to make their way through the pass. Our guys are holding them back. No worries there. KV-4 comes north, but these guys are still trying to get through. They lost, I think they lost their 257. We can see the 430U. Okay, he's loaded. Dialing in, rounds out, and well, hit the 430U for 201. Stunned both the heavy tanks. Well, the 430U isn't in heavy, but it's a heavium. And there's two tanks now there with very low hit points. So he might actually be able to get a Bombardier out of these. If they stay together like that, they're asking for trouble. Sometimes in the heat of battle, you just don't think about your spacing between your vehicles. And then you get an Arty hit you, and all of a sudden you discover that spacing is rather important. He's loaded, rounds out, fires the round in. Oh, he did get two! He got the T-57 and the T-44, so he's earned a Bombardier. That was an excellent shot. We lost our defenders, but oh my gum, he took out two of the attackers with one shot. T-44 medium tank and the Object 257 heavy. They both went down, and the 430, well, he disappeared as quickly as he could because he realised he was facing the defences all alone. And he didn't fancy that. And in fact, he's come around. He's now coming around from the opposite way. He's still low on hit points though. And oh, well, that was the Batchat 12 ton actually, not the 430U. The Batchat 12 ton bit the dust. It was the guy who was poking up from the that gully earlier in the game, and it looks like our T95 got spotted, and the enemy Arty are giving him a bit of pressure. So we're now looking to see if we can equalise the pressure a bit by putting a few shells into the enemy. Now I think it's slightly further to the north, or further over, further on and to the right. But he's given up on that just for the moment, because down in the pass we can see a Scorpion G making his way up. Lining up, rounds out. Oh, kill shot! He's got another one, and it was a Scorpion G this time. But we lost the AMX 5100. He was taken out by their Object 430U. Oh dear. And that now means that scores are even. They've both got 2 Artys. We've got 2 Artys, but we've got 2 tank destroyers and a medium. They've got 2 mediums and a tank destroyer. Their tank destroyer is the SU-14-2, and of course, as we all know, SU-14-2s have no armour. Well, none to speak of. So everything that touches them tends to make a big hole in them. Now, our tank destroyers, on this occasion, we actually have the Striv S1 and the T95. And of course, the T95 is a heavyweight. But unfortunately, our player is, well, he doesn't have a great win rate, but let's hope that he's actually lucky. In fact, we don't have figures on the rest of our players in this game. Kind of expecting that the enemy 430U might make an appearance, but our Leopard 1 has actually found the TVP VTU down at the other end of the map. And the Leopard is trying to angle to get a shot on him. There he is. Leopard just got hit by the enemy Arty and lost another 309. We can't help him because the TVP's are around the other side of the rock. So we've just got to wait for him to come around the rock and fight on the other side, which forces the TVP to come around, and then he might be able to engage. But as it is at the moment, well, he's acting like this. Well, oh, he got a kill! He managed to just see the back of the vehicle and fired the round in, and that saved the Leopard. That was more than lucky. That was a skillful shot, because he was looking for any way that he could help. He could see the gap, and there's the SU-14-2, as I say, no armour. And he gets taken out by the T-95, which means now the enemy's only got a medium, their Object 430U, and there he is, out in the open. And of course they're Artys. And ProvoBob fires his round at the 430U, doesn't get the kill. He's very low on hit points though. He just took a hit by the T95, which means he's down to minimal hit points, and that means he's a splash kill. Now ProvoBob is reloading at this moment. He's got 6 rounds left. If he can put a round into that bush, I think he might find a nice surprise, because I think the 430U is still there. And he went into that bush for cover, and he's also looking to see where our guys are. The Leopard 1 is moving up behind him. He fires around into the bush. No. In fact, actually, it fell short of the bush. Didn't land in the bush at all. The Striv, the M53, the T95, they're all closing in, and the 430U has been found. He actually went straight through the bush and went north, and he's trying to engage the Leopard, but everyone's going to try and engage him now. Oh, the Leopard got killed by the Batchat on the enemy team. Now, what's that 430U going to do? ProvoBob fires a round in, anticipating where he's going. Oh, the kill shot went to the M53, M55. And that's incredible because he must have just stopped, taken a snapshot in his direction, killed him. And there's one of the enemy Artys, the Batchat 155-55, the faster one, which means the GW is probably still in that wood somewhere, hiding, hoping that he's not discovered. The T95 will make mincemeat of that Batchat because he hasn't got the power to take on a T95. They've both got the same caliber gun, and the T95's got the armor to go with it. ProvoBob's got 4 rounds left, so he can play lucky dip and fire into the woods, or he can wait for somebody on his team to spot the enemy. He's taking a chance. Well, he's doing a bit of forestry work at the moment, knocking trees down. And the Batchat's about to meet his end, and the GW Tiger has been found by our Arty, who's continuing to move on because, and GW just fired his round, and now he knows that he's going to get 8 inches of pain shoved into him at very high speed because he's got nothing. Yep, he's lost all his hit points. Now the M53, M55 goes in for the ram kill, and he gets it, losing 448 hit points of his own into the bargain. He ends the game on just 2 hit points. He could have died, but it's a nice kill all the same. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. This is a good one. Ace tanker for ProvoBob in the SU-14-2. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 5. He got a Bombardier at the precise moment he needed it. He got a T-44 and an Object 257 with 1 shot. And a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 14. And he got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. 5,189 was the win 8 from that game, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he's top of the table when it comes to damage on his own team, but he's not the top of the table overall. That goes, the high caliber goes to the Object 430U, who managed 3,977, so 700 hit points more than ProvoBob. The next highest scorer was ProvoBob with 3,291. And after that, it was the Wizzy 111 GFT on the enemy team with 2594. When it came to kills, though, it was ProvoBob. He got 5 kills, of course, 2 of those from a Bombardier, and 2 kills went to the Death Star, the M53, M55, who got the spectacular last kill, the T95, he got 2 kills, and the T44 and the Batchat on the enemy team, both of whom were killed by ProvoBob. When it came to base XP, it's definitely ProvoBob. Yes, 1,296, the only player to get over 1,000 base in that game. And the next high score was the AMX 5100 with 813, and after that the Object 430 on our team with 776. ProvoBob fired 14 rounds, got 4 direct hits and 2 penetrations and 13 splash. Damage of 3,291 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 5, and did 2,496 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. On a free player count, he got 42,591 credits, I should say, and after ammunition resupply, took away 15,851 credits. He got 5 bombs for the game and 1,296 base XP. And no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. I'd just like to check something. On that TVP kill, did he actually penetrate him? Yes, he did. Look at that, 707. I think that was a penetrating shot because that was all the hit points he had left. And that's certainly more than the half the stun, or half the hit points, which would be it's 1,050 for the alpha. So half of that would be 525, and a high roll of the 525 plus 25%. Probably wouldn't be enough to take a damage of 707. So I think he did penetrate yes, he did penetrate him. 707, it does actually say that. And he also penetrated the Scorpion G. And who else did he get? He must have penetrated one of the other ones as well. No, those are the only ones he penetrated. Well, anyway, it's a great game by ProvoBob in the SU-14-2. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thank you for watching.